Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans. You already know what it is. And you already know what to do. It's your boy Jack Spade here, checking in for one time for the fan, back with another episode. I think it's like, 103, 104, somewhere around there. But yes, Falcons fans, it's always good to talk Falcons football with everybody. The crew will be here shortly. I told them not to do Uber Pool, and they did. Now they're stuck in traffic. You know, Chase is like 4 hours away from Atlanta, and Bodie's like far east side. So we'll see how long it takes them to get here. But shout out to all the Falcon fans who's here checking in. Shout out to all the Falcon fans who's listening. Either it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can get your podcast. One Time for the Fan is pretty much everywhere. So I just want to say big shout out to all the diehard Atlanta Falcons fans checking in with us. Also, all the diehard Atlanta Falcons fans checking in from all the groups, whether it's Falcons Rise Up Family, Falcons Nation, Dirty Bird Nation, One Time for the Atlanta Falcons, Rise Up Tour. There's so many Falcon groups out here. So I don't know how many groups it is, but trust me when I tell you that, One Time for the Fan is everywhere. So shout out to everybody tuning in and supporting the crew. Podcast is lit. We have a special guest tonight. We have Vincent Coakley, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, who will be here with us shortly talking some Falcons football. We're going to be talking about the schedule tonight. We had our Rise Up Tour podcast the other night. For those that do not know about the Rise Up Tour, the pretty much one of the biggest traveling away game group of fans that travel for the Falcons. And we've been doing it for a while. Me and my good friend started it. And now we're going on our 5th year, and we have so much to go over about that, because pretty much tonight's podcast has to do a lot with the schedule. Schedule was just released. So Falcon fans are lit. They're excited. A lot of people knows what game they want to go to. Some people are waiting probably later on in the season to see what the record is and so forth, and then they'll start booking their travel arrangements. But we deal with the away games, the Rise Up Tour. So for those that do not know, the Rise Up Tour is pretty much your one-stop shop when it comes to traveling to away games. So shout out to all the diehard fans that's over there, and the admin team that's over there at the Rise Up Tour. Shout out to Big Country too as well. Sean Cox was in the building. We love talking with the Falcon fans. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And you're probably wondering why you got to hit that subscribe button, because we're almost at 400 subscribers, right? We started this last year around draft time with 2 subscribers. Now we're at 395. We're trying to get to 400. So if it's your first time here, tag a friend, tag your Falcons family, bring them in here, bring your questions, bring your comments. We love reading it on the screen. For those that's listened to the podcast before or have watched the podcast before, we love talking with the fans, because we're a fan, you're a fan. Podcast is called One Time for the Fan. Sean said, "You are appreciated, LA. Don't you know we love you? Dear mama, sweet lady, placing the one above you. You are appreciated. Sweet lady, don't you know we love you? Dear mama, yeet." Get some. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day from One Time for the Fan and the crew. It's a big day today. So once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas, all the Falcon mamas out there in the world. And of course, everybody else too as well, because, we won't put no hate on that. It's all about love. So shout out to all the mamas out there. Pamela Johnson is in the building. She said, "Hello, fellas." The crew will be here shortly, Pamela. I told him not to do it, but I don't know. Bodie apparently left his wallet. So they had the Uber Pool, and now they are running behind schedule. But don't we got a special guest, Vincent Coakley, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, will be here soon. Spade pay this month's bill. Not for Bodie and Chase. Not for Bodie and Chase. Gosh, but Jeff Wolf, you are here. Good to see you. Sheesh. From Lowski in the chat. Sheesh. Stevie Correga is checking in from Arizona. One of the members of the Arizona crew that's going to be helping out with us with the Rise Up Tour when we go on the road. So shout out to Stevie Correga in the building. Deloach is in the building. Say, "Yes, sir." You already know what it is. LaMarcus Boyd is in the building. One time for the fan. It's going to be lit. Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd, another member of the Arizona crew that's going to be helping us out there in Arizona. We was out there in 2019, and we're going back this year too as well. So shout out to LaMarcus. Shout out to Stevie in the building. Kenny is in the chat. Don't forget hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Put the ones up. You know, they got the emoji with the ones. Put the ones up. Kenny's in the chat. He said, one time for all the mothers, especially Falcon mothers. You already know what it is. Kenny, rise up. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. Bubba Gump is in the building with us. Red and black all day. You already know what it is, Bubba Gump. Shout out to you. Joseph Avery is in the building. Say, hey, fellas, how y'all be? How about them Falcons? I love what we did in free agency and the draft. I give an A. A lot of people will give us an A. A lot of people will give us a B. There's some haters that'll give us a D and an F. But I think so far with the Falcons, as a fan, I feel good about the team right now. On paper, of course, you know, the rookie minicamp is underway. So that was actually pretty good. But you got a team that's improved dramatically, Falcons fans. So you have to be prepared for what could happen this season. And that's why, of course, with the schedule dropping now, we know what teams we're going to be playing against. And looking at the schedule, I'm not worried about too many of them. I've seen some journalists out there put out some 12-5s, some 10-7s, 11-6. So I've seen some teams out there, some journalists, analysts too as well. The NFL talk about the Falcons could be doing big things this year. One of the most improved rosters in the NFL. I think Bijan Robinson's like top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting right now out in Vegas. Also, I think he's number 1 to be drafted in fantasy football this year, the way the Falcons could use him. And it's cool seeing some of this tape of Bijan Robinson too as well over the past couple of days, because now Falcon fans get a chance to settle in and understand that that's your pretty much your RB1 right there. That's your guy. Seems to be your franchise running back for the future. Last year was a little bit different when we talk about Tyler, but Tyler's still going to be there, and he's still going to be effective too. Him and CP, however they're going to run this trio back there, that 3-headed monster is going to be crazy. But it's good to see that the team has improved, Joseph Avery. So I'm on that borderline A, you know, that B grade. There's a couple of people I wanted to see here in Atlanta, but I'm a fan, so I'm not the organization, but they'll make the decisions. Special guest in the building. I guess Uber Pool made a stop and dropped off somebody first. So we'll bring him in unannounced. V Coke, I got you. V Coke, I got you. V Coke, I got you. V. I know you're sending. You want to get the link? I got you. V Coke. We'll get you in here shortly. Die-hard Atlanta Falcon fan, getting ready to turn up with us and talk some Falcons football. But another special guest for tonight, Bodie.
Special guest, huh?
What's going on, Bodie?
Oh, my name ain't on the thing. All right.
I didn't see you pull up. Security didn't say nothing to me. Coach, what you doing out there?
I bust through the door, man. I bust through the door.
You're not the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
For those that do not know, I'm 3-0 in the Madden updated rosters league. Bijan's going crazy. Bodie, we play soon, so Falcon fans be prepared for that. Don't know when I'm going to post it, but smacked up them Seahawks today, boy. 21-21 at the half. Ended up winning 38-21. Had to put it on him, man. Had to do it. Had to do it.
I heard you was playing 3-0 some clear, birds. It's cool.
Say what?
I said I heard you was playing some clear, some poop butt.
Hey, you seen the play I did with Bijan, man. That shit going viral, man. Shout out to Red Swarm in the building. Said happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers tuning in. Yeah, but Bodie, how you doing, man? How's everything going around your way, sir?
That's why I'm late, man. You know, I had to, Mother's Day. So I had to get make it a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, make it happen, man. Happy Mother's Day to your mother too as well. Sterling Woods is here in the chat. What's going on, people? Shout out to Sterling Woods.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and everybody who got a mother. So.
Red Swarm, of course, put them ones up. There go the emoji. There you go. Hashtag one-timers. Hashtag the fan club. Bodie, we're going to talk some Falcons football in a minute. Falcons fans are excited. People are booking. They want to talk about London. They want to talk about Detroit. They want to talk about primetime games. So we're going to get to the schedule here shortly. Falcon fans, get your phones out. Get ready to go to the schedule because we want to go over it together. Jeff Wolf said Arizona trip is straight. 2018 was nice. Yeah, 2018 was nice out there. Missed my flight, but it was tough. Bubba Gump in the chat. Terrell Johnson said, rise up, fellas.
Rise up, rise up.
Ravage said, what's good? Ravage ATL's in the building.
Ravage. Hey, what's good, Ravage? Can't wait to see you at the game, dog. Can't wait to see you.
Ravage is cool, man. Ravage is on the Rise Up tour bus heading out to Charlotte last year. He also attends a lot of away games. You can see him also at the house, too, as well. Ravage, we got to get you on one of these podcasts, man. Die hard Atlanta Falcon fan. Our special guest will be joining us shortly. Oh, and mask on too as well. Mask on.
Yeah.
Mask on. Mask on. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these clearances together so I can go ahead and play these songs in the back. But you gotta get that soundboard together, man. Send me an email to YouTube.
The plan is to get it together for the season start. So we're gonna be straight. It's going
crazy.
Going up.
Vincent Coakley will be joining us here shortly. Falcons fans. Let's go straight to it. Bodie, the schedule was released over on Thursday. And we wanted to do a podcast for it, but a lot of stuff that we had going on. So we decided to do the podcast today. Of course, every Sunday, you can say every other Wednesday, because we didn't have one on Wednesday this week, but we did the Rise Up Tour podcast, which was Thursday. But Falcon fans know that every Sunday you know where to catch us. And of course, when the season gets ready to get closer, we'll be on every Wednesday again, as always, too. Sterling Wood say, y'all playing Madden on PS5 or Xbox? We're on the PS5.
PS5.
Yep. We're on the PS5. Well, Bodie on the 3, but he has a converter.
Shit, man, it's expensive.
Ravish said he's ready. Let's go. So there we go. Falcon fans in the chat, get ready for Ravish ATL to hit the one time for the fan podcast coming up soon. But yes, Bodie, the schedule being released. We talked about it in the chat. Leaks were coming out during the day of some of the teams that, it's not the teams, but the times and the dates of when the Falcons will be playing them. You heard about the Panthers the night before the schedule release. I think one of the journalists from WSB, I think it was Zach Klein, the great Zach Klein, posted it about the Falcons playing the Panthers week 1. And of course, you hear that and you're like, schedule ain't dropped yet. Zach Klein, what? Okay, so let's wait for the next day and let's see confirmation. Then more teams came out and started posting their information. I saw the Packers posted their schedule early in the morning. Like it just got leaked and it was just out there. Like Packers was like, here you go. We don't care. 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And you saw the Packers were playing week 2 in the Bend. So the Falcons had 2 home games back to back. But Bodie, for you, looking at the schedule, what were you thinking when you saw the schedule drop? We had the times, we got the dates, we know the teams. What's going through your mind, brother?
Barbecue chicken.
Shit.
A lot of favorable matchups here. I mean, you can't take teams lightly, but we don't know what the Packers looking like. We know the Panthers, they're going to come out trying new shit because they have Bryce Young and a young-ass team. So, I mean, it's going to be – we got a great chance to start off 2-0, then we go to Detroit week 3. Detroit's always tough. They're getting tougher. Their team's getting better. So, I mean, I ain't going to sit here and just say we're going to kick them. I think we're going to win every game, but, you got to be a little realistic. First 2 should look like 2-0 to me.
We haven't even mentioned the preseason here because you got 3 tough matchups in the preseason. You got the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium, which, of course, is the preseason. So we're going to see the whole 90 fight. People trying to make the roster. That 53 has to cut down.
Yeah.
But you're still going to get a chance to see maybe Jalen Ramsey for the Dolphins, maybe a little Tyreek Hill for AJ Terrell.
I forgot they had Jalen Ramsey.
Xavier Howard, you know how it is over there. How they're going to run their – who's the other guy? Waddle. So we're going to see maybe a little bit of Jeff Okudah out there. Some good matchups that you can see in this first preseason game right here, too, as well. Maybe a little bit of Troy Anderson, some Grady Jarrett, that new defensive front. You might be able to see that, too, a lot in that game. But the second game, the Bengals at the Benz.
Yeah.
That's a solid preseason game. That's going to really show out in the first 2 quarters of what you can do, because I'm sure Joe Burrow going to get about a quarter and a half out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals going to come down here. They might joint practice with us and stuff. We might get to see that firsthand. It'll be a good little showing of, I mean, it ain't no revenge. We can't come back and whoop their ass in this game. It's a preseason game, but, maybe we get to kick Joe in the teeth for the first quarter and a half or whatever.
And then, of course, your third preseason game, you had the Steelers, which they beat us last year inside the Benz. But still, it's a game that you want to see people come out healthy. Of course, you want the whole 90 healthy. Whoever's going to make the 53, you know how it is.
Yeah.
I know we got a special guest getting ready to join us shortly, but we got another special guest here getting ready to pop in. I guess Uber just dropped him off too. But you got the Steelers coming into the Benz, Bodie.
I think he rode in the back with Instacart. Like,
God,
they're dropping on somebody's groceries and they just.
Sheesh. Well, let's get him in here. Yo, hello, sir.
Good.
How you doing? What's going on, Chase?
Bodie,
I cannot have you leaving the damn tools and the shovel and the rakes out on Interstate 95, bro. I cannot.
Y'all both dressed like y'all just left the
Hey,
same
look,
spot.
I can't have you coming out the country club looking like you just finished holding Tiger Woods clubs and stuff. Oh, no. Maybe you wasn't even holding his clubs. I think you were just sweeping the thing.
Gosh. Wait, the Old Country Buffet Memorial still open?
Oh, man. Boy, you looking
Gosh,
like
where I just come from?
Hey, look at
I said dinner was at 3.
Chase looking like $1,000. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, Chase, I need to write you a check. Who would I write this to?
Turner Gravy.
God. Shit. One time for the fan, Chase Gravy, the other podcast was here.
You see, we must have both came from some Mother's Day activities.
Y'all didn't pass each other down 985?
Nah,
oh, man.
I was speeding, bro.
I did not see that horse and carriage he's riding on. I didn't see it.
We're talking Falcons football, Chase. We're talking schedule. Everybody's excited. We're going over the Steelers preseason game. Chase, the 3 preseason games, Dolphins, Bengals, Steelers, gives you a chance to really see your team, 1 on the road, 2 at home. Falcon fans should be excited because these are 3 matchups where there's some dogs out there on the other side of that field, regardless if it's the Steelers, the Bengals, or the Dolphins. They got some pretty good talent over there. So you can see some pretty good matchups for preseason. Chase, how excited are you about the preseason?
Man, I'm ready, but as a fan, I don't want the fans to get too caught up in the preseason action. Just only because it's not a solid playbook. It's not what we're running this year. So if we come out and we flunk off 3 preseason games, it's not the end of the world. But it is definitely something cool to watch because it's your first look. Your first official look against a live game. So. Yeah, it's cool to watch. Cool to, them boys are still battling, but the starters, we don't want to see them going 100%. But yeah, man, that's cool. It's football. Football's back. I'm ready, dude. I can't wait.
Falcon fans, the countdown has begun to week 1. Jermaine Living Life Davis in the building said, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Jermaine?"
What's up, Jermaine?
Getting ready to get our special guest in here, Vincent Coakley, diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. He was on the Rise Up Tour podcast the other night. We also have some information for all the folks from the Rise Up Tour in here. If you are traveling to any away games, we got some information for you all tonight. We mentioned it the other night on the podcast. We're going to mention it tonight here on the One Time for the Fan podcast. The other night was Rise Up Tour podcast. So some of y'all seen it, some of y'all didn't, but we'll mention it tonight. Of course, you guys know what the Rise Up Tour does on the road. We show up and we show out in a major way. One of the biggest traveling groups that you've ever seen. For the Atlanta Falcons. Chase, you saw it in New Orleans. Bodie, you saw it in New Orleans. So much going on. Coakley's going to join us shortly, so we'll get to the schedule in just a minute. I know Falcon fans are super excited now that we made it to the mark where Coakley's getting ready to join us. Might as well just get him in here so we can talk some Falcons football with him. Out of your Falcon mind, another great Falcons content creator said, "Evening, boys. Just stopping in to show some love. About to head to a late dinner. We'll catch the replay tomorrow. Hit that like button for the fellas, and the subscribe button, and the share button. Diehard Atlanta Falcons fans, Absolutely. Out of your Falcons, man.
And go to their page.
Appreciate it.
And check out their awesome content.
Good content.
They do great work. And I love it. It's one of my favorite podcasts to listen to that's Falcons related, honestly. So check them out.
John and Mike, out of your Falcon mind. Oh, hold on. Security just alerted me.
Uh-oh.
Got an old school pulling up. El Camino.
El Camino.
By 3 of them. Yeah, let him in. Let him in, country. They good. He's good.
Dang, you didn't tell me Big Country was out there parking cars.
Thomas Scott driving one of them.
Tough.
Thomas, you do Uber?
Blue man still laying out cones?
God. One time for the fan. Of course, we love talking Falcons football with all of our Falcons fans.
We're talking shit too.
Yeah. When you got a diehard like this, young brother getting ready to join the podcast, it's always great to talk Falcons football with people like him. So why do I have to introduce him when he is ready to come in here and introduce himself? We have the great Vincent Coakley in the building.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Vince?
Bodie,
good, brother?
Jack, what's happening with you guys?
Man.
Doing great, man. Doing great. Schedules out now. Falcon fans can sit back and wait for the season to begin. But yeah, from my end, I'm doing good. Chase, what's up, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's another day. Talk some Falcon football, especially with the brothers. Talking.
Let's go.
Falcon football, can't beat it.
Oh yeah. Look, and y'all would talk about the highway, man. I just got a flat and had to Uber back home, got the tow truck to get my car. I was like, man, 285, you mofo.
Yeah, man.
We're glad you made it out too as well, because even if you couldn't make it here tonight, we would have had you on any night, V-Coat. Because when it comes to our podcast, that's the good thing about having a podcast. You can do it any night.
Exactly.
You know, we can do a makeup show tomorrow. We can do a pop-up show the day after. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's
Hey,
crazy.
Hey, you better talk to my wife first. You can't just be talking like this.
Sheesh. Hey, Tony, I know you're sitting over there listening. How you doing? Don't want to get thrown out there just yet.
Look
but
at
you
him.
never know what
Get
can
him.
happen.
Get him.
What's up, LaMarcus? I see you over there. What's happening?
LaMarcus checking in. Thomas Scott. Remember this, Falcons fans. The RiseUpTourGroup.com/membership. It's up. It's running. We will talk about it here tonight on One Time for the Fan. Carrie is also in the building. She said, "What's up, Falcons fans?" Shout out to Carrie.
Hey,
Hello, Carrie. Hello, Carrie.
Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan Vincent Coakley is here. Vince, tell us a little bit about yourself, about how long you've been a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan, and just how excited are you for this season?
All right. Well, welcome. Appreciate the invite to the podcast. One Time for the Fan. Y'all see me in the chat from time to time. I like what y'all doing over here, and I'm glad y'all gave me an opportunity to come and talk about V-Coke myself. So I've been in Atlanta. I'm originally from Chicago, so a lot of people are like, man, why you not a Bears fan? But I moved around from early young years and all that, so I wasn't really following the Bears for real. But I've been in Atlanta since the Olympics '96, and of course, I'm a sports guy, football, basketball, all that good stuff. And hey, y'all got the Falcons here, and I decided to jump on board and see what they had going on, and hey. And then I took my talents on the road. Well, first I started tailgating. Let me back up a little bit. I was a big time tailgater. I still am a big time tailgater. Started off tailgating, I guess, over in the yellow lot with some of my guys over from Norfolk Southern. What's up, Mike Wilder and all you cats? And then from there, I moved over to Vine City Station, right across the street from the old dome with my crew, BG and all the others. And kicked it there for a while, and then once they did the construction on the new bins, we got what's the term?
Relocated.
No. I was looking for evicted. We got evicted.
You guys did the easy way,
right? Yeah, we got evicted. So then I linked up with my guys over at the tailgate party committee, Lee and the crew. And we started. If you ever saw the big blow up over in the Gulch, I was part of that setup crew and doing our thing. 0 dark 30 in the morning to 0 dark 30 at night.
That's how Lee operates. That's how it is over there.
Oh yeah. So I did all my tailgating, and I never been really a season ticket holder, but I travel with the team, so I make my noise on the road. But I do go to home games. Some of the top ones I like to go to and kick it and talk a little trash. But I like to take my show on the road.
Just a little trash. Just a little trash.
Hey, if you see my thing behind me here, Falcons versus all of y'all. You've seen me on the road, you've seen me in the stands, and you've seen me on the ground talking trash. And when I get on the road, I like to be a little bougie with it. So I'm
that flag can block up about 5 or 6 seats.
Oh yeah, that flag is about 5 feet across and 3 to 4 feet tall. And then you got me standing 6'5", so we take up a pretty good amount of real estate.
You talking about pissing people off on the road, but you just imagine that. And the thing about it is, as a Falcon fan, Coke, you heard this story before. I would stand up in the stadium and say, "Where is Vince? Where is he at? There he goes." You can't miss him.
You can't miss it. You can't miss the flag. And look, I've had security called on me and all type of stuff, but
Jacksonville,
of course, New Orleans. Look, when I went to New Orleans, I went to the local Home Depot, right? And I bought a PVC pipe about 5 feet long, put the flag on that, wrapped the flag up, and walked in the stadium like I had a crutch. So I'm in row 2, 6'5" with a 5-foot pole, waving the flag. And we won that game, so it was a good time.
Yeah, sure.
Good time.
Turned up, lit. It's always good to have Vince in the building here talking Falcons football with us. Falcon fans that know y'all lit. Let's get straight to it when it comes to the schedule. V-Coat, Bodie, Chase, you're looking at the schedule right now. Week 1 at the Panthers. The other night, Coke, we didn't get a chance to talk about this. Was on the Rise Up tour agenda.
Right.
Tonight, we're going to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Now we talking some damn football. You coming out the bins week 1, 1-0. Yes or no, Bodie?
Absolutely. We gonna beat up on this little baby
Got
team.
to.
They not ready.
Got
They
to.
not
Man,
ready.
That
They
guy
not
can't
ready.
even see over the line.
Thank you.
There's a rumor going around that the fans were really surprised when they saw Bryce Young at training at Ricky Mini camp the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
For
have
sure.
that week one though.
Chase, week 1, Panthers. You talked about it in the chat. How excited are you? What do you see so far on roster going into week 1?
Man, just the defense, man. I could talk on the defense all day. The rotation of guys that we have. I was talking with a Falcon fan today about, the D line we had in all the rotations, and I was forgetting players that we had already, went and picked up. Bud Dupree, that's the name there. Ebiketie, Calais Campbell, Aminata, Caden Ellis, man. I mean, that's damn near a whole new defense. And you got all these other guys that you've added and you brought into this new scheme that Ryan Nielsen can plug and play. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. Just defense alone, and not only with the new target we got the offense with London, Kyle Pitts possibly receiver 2, with Jonnu Smith, and definitely Bijan Robinson, man. I think this offense is going to be explosive, and it's a season to definitely buy tickets and go watch. I believe this is the year.
Coke.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of rumors that Carolina might start Andy Dalton. Then there's some rumors that they're just kicking the shit. Bryce Young starting. He's your number 1 pick. No way in hell you can go into the season with Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
For you, what matchup do you want to see? Is it Ritter versus Dalton? Is it Ritter versus Young? Or you're just like, you know what? Throw any quarterback out there. Falcons going to get the job done.
Hey, throw any of them out there. We're going to get the job done. Like I say, let me say that again. I love the defensive moves we made in this offseason. What we've been saying, Terry been cooking. He's been cooking. And he's been spending some money. And I've been like, I had a post up. These are what we need. And he's addressed all of those except for one on the offensive side. But on the defense side, everything I had it listed on my little list, cornerbacks, D-back, defensive line, safety. Hey, I think the Falcons going to make a lot of noise. A lot of people not paying attention because, y'all got Ritter, Mariota, they still thinking about all that. But they ain't looking at the moves we made and the money that has been spent on this offseason.
There's a lot of fans that still stuck on last year's Ritter versus what this new Ritter can be. And I think that's where this is the moment for Ritter to shine.
And let me throw this in there right quick.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that Ritter, his last year of college, he went undefeated. He only lost in the bowl game against Alabama.
Yep.
And, Cincinnati, Bama, come on now. That's the SEC going up there to do their thing. So this man, he got a winning pedigree behind him coming out of college. So now that with him coming in fresh, training camp, preseason, I got the ball week 1, game 1. Hey, he gonna let these cats know y'all done pissed me off, and I'm about to show y'all some things.
Yes, sir.
This is serious when you mention the chip on his shoulder, because some fans will look at Matt Ryan's career and be like, oh, this year he has a chip on his shoulder. This year he definitely has a chip on his shoulder. This kid, Desmond Ritter, you can see has the chip on his shoulder, especially with the interview when they talked about, hey, man, do you hear all the media hype about what's going on with you? And he's like, well, I have a TV in the house. So he's not a social media guy too as well. But for him to say that, and then you saw the videos chasing the offseason, behind the scenes working with Sanu, behind the scenes working with Fitzpatrick, getting to, I saw some footage to his Drake London maybe over in the spring and the summer. Early in the spring. But still, Falcons fans, this is a moment where Desmond Ritter can really shine. And as a Falcon fan, you have to stay behind him. You got to rock behind the team. You got to look at the organization and say they chose Ritter for a reason, and this is why they want him out here for these type of moments. The division has changed. You now have Ritter, Mayfield, Bryce Young, and Derek Carr. That's the NFC South. Yep. That's it. No big splashy names like that. I mean, Derek Carr, that's probably the biggest name quarterback you have out there. And Baker Mayfield, nobody cares about Baker Mayfield. So let's be serious here. This is the moment that Ritter, with one of the most improved rosters in the NFL, can walk out of the bends 1-0, get over the hump of having that losing season, get over the hump of losing week 1, number 1. There's so many things that can happen week 1 for the Falcons. Winning the home opener.
Week 1, man. Week 1 defines a lot. I mean, you really think about it, because right out the gate, week 2, the Panthers and the Saints are going head to head. So you win week 1, man. You're sitting at top of the NFC South.
Right. Possibly so. You're looking at week 2 now, Bodie, and then you got the Packers coming in, the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers coming in. This is a team that's similar to the Panthers in a way. They lost Adams 2 years ago. They just lost Rodgers. They just lost Lazard. They just lost Cobb. They're going through a lot of situations too as well. Their draft didn't seem to be, too happy for Packer fans out there. So week 2 could be looking at a team that could be coming out 2-0 as well, Bodie.
Straight up. I mean, they got a lot of questions too. That Jordan Love, he been there for 8 years, however long he been backing up Aaron Rodgers, but he we don't know what he is. Like, we don't know how it's gonna be. So we can get a little pressure in his face and screw him up on the road. I'm with that.
Chase, go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Coke.
Oh, and I'm looking at the record last year with Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay, 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
So now you talking about bringing in this young guy who, like I say, been sitting back there eating on cheese and crackers.
Literally,
they lost a lot of their key pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, 2-0, baby, 2-0.
Chase,
2-0.
Packers coming in week 2. You get over the hump of winning now a home opener at the Benz.
The home opener is big. The home
that
opener
losing
huge.
record stuff, because you'll be 1-0 now. You got over that hump too as well. So now you have a winning record. Probably going to be number 1 in the division at that point. Going into week 2, you have the Packers. What are you thinking, Chase?
Man, I honestly think I just put it like this, man. I'm watching the Out of Your Falcon Mountain podcast, and I was commenting back to him about Ritter, and like Mike said, man, Ritter would absolutely have to fuck it up to even. For this offense to not even work. Like, all the pieces are there. And to me, just from what Ritter's done in the past and what he's done in his 2 home games last year, I see an offense that can thrive, and I see a better passing game than what some realized we're going to be. If you look at Bijan's recent comments, coach uses me everywhere. I line up in slot, running back, wherever I'm needed. So I think it's a lot more to look at than just Bijan as a running back. I really think this offense can be a top 10 with Ritter's gunslinging arm. The kid's got accuracy. I think his ceiling's high, and I think it can be a great dominant season. So I got us against anybody, bro. Week 2 is a dub.
You're possibly sitting at 2-0.
Yeah.
Going into Detroit, who they're going to have a tough matchup home opener against the Chiefs. Then I don't want to throw no shade to Seattle, because Seattle was decent enough last year.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Seattle Seahawks can go beat the Lions week 2. You're going into Detroit where you're 2-0. The Lions are 0-2.
Thank you.
That's tough.
So now you can see where it's a game where Falcon fans are going to hit the road, and this is where the RiseUp tour comes in. You hit the road, you head to Detroit, you party with the RiseUp tour, the Friday night, Saturday during the day, morning, breakfast, however. Sunday, you turn up, you go to the game, and you watch your team go 3-0. It's very possible this can happen. It's very possible this can happen.
Chat is going stupid.
Falcon fans are talking about this because the schedule is in your favor. You have the weakest schedule. So I'm just going over, not even with seeing the 53, seeing Detroit's 53, seeing Carolina's 53, just looking right now, you can be 3-0.
Easily.
Walking out of that Detroit game.
That's huge.
Detroit does scare you in a way because they last couple games.
That's your first real competition.
Last year was tough for the Detroit Lions, but they was able to. Shout out to Vince. I think he'll be back here shortly. But the Detroit Lions last year was able to do enough to put at least a little bit of the city on their back towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
and of course, going into the next year, a lot of Lions fans are going to be ready for the beginning half of the season because they expect them to do what they did last year to finish the year.
Yeah.
Because the Lions at one point almost had a chance. And they got some decent players over there on their team. And shout out to the Falcons who was able to pull one of their decent players who was over there on their squad.
Yeah, exactly. For a 5th rounder. They're not going to lay down. We know they're not going to lay down. They was pretty good last year. So, I mean, like I said, we're going to have to go to Detroit. And it's always tough to win on the road, especially against a decent team like Detroit is. I think Detroit is one of the more decent teams we're going to face this season because we do have the easiest schedule according to the metric or whatnot. But, so we can't take them for granted. We can't go up there and be like, oh, y'all ass. They not ass. They going to fight.
If you do not know, Falcons fans.
What's up, Ben?
The Lions shot the Ben way too as well. The Lions ain't gonna be no easy game. I'm not throwing it out there like, oh, we're gonna go out there and blow these teams out. They didn't say that. I'm just saying right now that you think it's gonna be the easiest game looking at the schedule, but still, you can win these games. Here's the cool thing. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour too as well, because we have a lot going on with the Rise Up Tour. That's our first away game. So we're heading up to Detroit. For all the Falcon fans, we are heading up to Detroit. Information about the host hotel where the Rise Up Tour Falcon fans will be hanging out and so forth. We'll put out in the group shortly. So be prepared for that. The meet and greet, be prepared for that too as well. And, of course, any other events that we have going on with the Rise Up Tour, be prepared for that in Detroit. Now, Falcon fans, shout out to Red Swarm. He's talking about 1-0 going against the Panthers. So that's big right there. Philip Crawford said, Pussycats better not put that toddler out there in the first game. Sheesh. Philip Crawford back in the building. Shout out to Philip Crawford. The Rise Up Tours in the building. Said, true.
Rise up.
Believe that.
Rise up, rise up. LaMarcus Boyd said they coming to huh?
I would say they just killing Bryce Young. This shit is so funny.
Bro, they got a picture where he's behind the line. And somebody's like, where is Bryce Young? Like, he's in the huddle. He's right there behind the center. Everybody's looking down. They're like, where? You only recognize Bryce Young because you can see a little bit of the red on the jersey. From the QB jersey. You're sitting there like, bro, he's like this, bro.
Bro, and they going to
the center's right here, bro. That's Bryce Young.
Is he taller than Kyler?
Bro, I don't think he's bigger than the football.
I think Kyler's. I think he's shorter than Kyler.
It might be the football throwing Bryce around there.
I gotta look at it, but that's craziness. That shit's crazy.
It might be the football throwing Bryce around out there. Sterling Woods. He said this year we are deep in all positions. The offense is set up for Ritter. That is true. Yeah, you should see what I'm doing in Madden with Ritter. I ain't gotta do too much.
Facts. Madden go crazy.
I ain't throwing no 70-yard pass. I ain't throwing no 80-yard pass. Though Jack Spade, I can throw 80 on the run. That's me. Yeah. But in the game with Ritter, I ain't do none of that. I'm just CP, Drake London, Mac Hollins. I'm eating up them yards, and guess what? Guess what Bijan give me? He give me about 5 or 6 on the ground. Guess what Tyler give me? He give me about 5 or 6 on the ground. Guess what CP give me? He give me about 10. Randomly. I showed the text message. Cuz him the other day, like, bro, you trying to trade for CP or Tyler? I showed him the text message. I said, bro, I'm a diehard Falcons fan. Ain't none of these players going anywhere. He said, I'll give you a 5th round and a 3rd rounder for Pitts. I said, ain't none of these players going anywhere.
He crazy.
3-headed monster, man. I'm using them on Madden. And I got to play Bodie coming up soon.
He's going live on the podcast.
Yeah,
3-0.
we're going live. No,
going live.
Nah.
Gotta play Bodie. Guess who Bodie got, Chase? Bodie got them.
I got the midget. I do. I do got the midget. That's only because
Madden leagues be like that. Yeah, the Madden leagues
because I had to pick the Panthers. When Cuz invited me, he know he wanted me to play. So I was like, I'm not playing unless I get the Falcons. He's like, bro, I got the Falcons. I was like, well, you need to get off the Falcons and put me on there if you want me to play. So he did. And now I'm 3-0. You saw that catch with Bijan the other day? You saw that catch with Bijan the other day?
I've seen it.
You saw that catch with Bijan the other day?
Yeah. Madden
double coverage?
Madden was selling that day.
Double coverage? Back of the end zone?
I couldn't believe he caught
People hit me up like, no way you doing that. Yes, I'm him. I'm him. Bijan is him.
A little lucky, but, you know.
Falcon fans, get the updated roster if you play Madden and go pick Bijan. He's going slap.
It is.
Slap. Diehard Atlanta Falcons fans said, Red Swarm said, come on, Jack. We don't call that dude Derek Carr in this podcast. We call him Used Car. That's right. Used Car.
Used Volkswagen.
Pinto.
Now, that is true, Deloach. Now, Baker does have some dogs at wide receiver with Godwin and so forth and Mike Evans. So they are a team to watch for.
And they'll win a couple games they're not supposed to. It won't be us, but, you know, they'll win other games.
I believe D-Led's record he had up there was we sweep the Panthers, we sweep the Bucks, and we split the Saints.
I could see it. I can see that. I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
I can see it. You know,
Red Swarm says 2-0. We're 2-0 right now, Falcons fans. Honestly, we're 3-0 right now heading to London. We're 3-0 heading to London. Antonio Holloway's in the chat. He said, "Hey, chat, what's good?
What's good? Dog?
What's good, Antonio?
False-Star Falcons in the building." He said, what's good?
What's good, brother?
Yeah, fault.
DeMarcus Boyd said he's locked in for Detroit.
Yes, sir.
I still got to decide what games I'm going to. So.
Yeah.
Vincent Coakley said, "Oh, Chase, we're already booked for New Orleans, though, right? We're in the game, right?
Yeah, New Orleans is in the book.
New Orleans Falcon fans, we are booked for New Orleans, so come on down. Come on down there to the Bayou. We are ready to go." Damn, I'm booked for everything, but I'll talk about that shortly. Vincent Coakley said, got to drop for a second. He'll be right back. This is the first time a special guest had to step away. How big is that? We had Emmy-nominated Myles Garrett on here. Then we had the Falconer on here. Then we got Vincent Coakley on here. He had to step away. You saw him take the call. You don't know who it was. Could have been Emmett. Could have been Deion Sanders. Could have been doggone Arthur Smith. We don't know who it is.
Sheesh.
What we do know is Vincent Coakley had to step away for a minute. He'll be right back. Shout out to Rise Up Tour. Marcus Boyd's in the building. He said, we need to play football like we have the toughest schedule.
Right.
That's right. Don't take the weakest schedule for granted, Falcons fan. This is what they're looking at on paper. No 53
Based
is
off
out
last year. Based
Last
off
year.
last year's teams. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Jordan in the building. Say, yo.
Jordan.
What's good? Yo?
Carries in the building. Say, Chase speaking all facts right now. Panthers is the W and Packers is the W for me. Ritter is set up for success in this offense for sure. That's what we want to hear, Falcons fans. That's
like
what
you
other
said.
Falcons fans want to hear too. That this group of Falcon fans is here on this podcast, and the fans in the chat believe in the team. That's what people want to hear. You don't want to wake up and say, "Oh, we're going to lose today." How much are you going to lose? We're going to lose by 40.
Yeah,
I know
who
it.
would do that?
I'm gonna put on my jersey and head to the Benz and spend this money.
Like you said, every game
Let's make it up
last
like
year
that.
in the podcast, every game in the podcast last year, we said we was gonna win it because I believe we was gonna win that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Every last one.
We're on week
Yeah.
3 right now on the
Real.
schedule, Falcons fans, and we're super hyped going over the chat. Philip Crawford said, "How many sacks do we get from our defense?" I can give you 3 sacks right now.
40
5
plus.
sacks, honestly, that could have won you probably 3 more games and got you to the playoffs. And we just brought in 3 guys who can give you 21 sacks.
Yeah,
Pretty
you got 4 from a damn 12-year bet. How long has he been in the league? Campbell.
Oh,
You got
talking about
Campbell.
Campbell, like
You
got
like
Omiata.
14 years or something like
You
that.
got Ellis.
Yeah.
You got Bud Dupree. I'm saying we get over 40 this year.
Carr.
We hit over 40.
40
We're going
plus,
to the playoffs.
40 plus, 40 plus, easy.
It would be sad to have over 40 sacks and not make the playoffs. That would be sad. Because
Oh,
I can give you
man.
5 from last year that would have turned the tables on a bunch of games. 5.
A
5 sacks.
couple of missed catches could have changed a lot of outcomes too.
Yeah.
Couple.
I can give you
fumbles.
5 sacks and 2 yards after catch or 2 catches. Honestly, that could have won the games for us. last year.
I mean,
That's crazy.
you just
I
think
would
about,
say let
you,
folks-
you think about Ritter, man. Ritter's first NFL start was legitly fixing to be a comeback win against the NFC South division team. That's huge.
Hostile environment too.
That's huge. The kid's a baller, man. I can't wait to see him on the field. The whole season behind Ritter with, he's going to get that chemistry with the team. The offense, week 1 is not what you're going to see in week 8. So don't get too caught up in week 1, week 2. Get the man time. Let him get his offense, his style. Let him get grooving. I'm ready for it, man. I really think we can strive and be a great team again. Somebody that's going to be on the, NFL Network.
Mm-hmm. Falcon fans, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. Hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Lyrics mom's in the chat. She said, see y'all at the opener and in New Orleans.
Dope.
Yes,
Can't wait to
man.
see you.
Hold on. Lyrics mom coming to New Orleans. She bringing draws.
She ain't leaving with none. She gonna
She throwing her draws at the Rise Up tour party at RiseUp.
Oh man.
For those that do not know, once again, the Rise Up tour is down there in New Orleans, and we got Razoo's for the meet and greet. Razoo's is booked, the hottest, most, popular club on Bourbon Street.
You got
belongs
people,
to the Rise Up
people
tour
lined out
for the meet and
down the
greet.
block waiting to get in that party.
Yeah, it was
It's lit. It's lit.
Jeff Wolf said, Detroit, Tampa, Tennessee booked so far.
Nice.
Jeff
Probably
Wolf was
see
on
you
the
in
road.
Tennessee, Jeff.
Jeff Wolf was on the road. 45 sacks on the low for Sterling Woods, he believes.
Yeah, that's on the low end. I see that.
45 easy.
I like that. I mean, it's
Falcon
too much.
fans,
That pressure coming from everywhere.
let's get straight to it now. Let's get back to the schedule. We're 3-0 here. Falcon fans are excited. This is the game that I circled on my calendar for that mascot who's always in the chat running his flaps to the Falcons fan base. But yes, I know him. We talk a lot of trash. He sent me some stuff the other day. I sent him a picture of you gotta see this. Sent him a picture of Shad Khan on their schedule release video. And by the way, I told him on their schedule release video, I said, your schedule release video was horrible, Jaguars fans. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. But he was talking a lot of trash. And I said, if you notice your video, Jarnell, because he was in the chat, I said, that's Shad Khan signing the Jags away to the franchise in London right there. If you look through it closely. I told him that.
Yeah.
I said, look, he's happy to sign the team away. Look. It's on the schedule release. And then this right here was just super funny. That was just hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah, fake
Actually
team.
does not exist. The other one was Chester Cheeto that they called him.
Sheesh.
Fake team.
Not the Cheeto.
Falcon fans, and the schedule release videos too as well before we get back to the schedule. I haven't seen all of them because, bro, I'm still stuck on like team number like 7 right now. I didn't even get to like the rest of the divisions and conferences. Like I haven't seen the Cowboys. I haven't seen the Rams. I haven't seen the Chiefs. All I've seen is like the Tennessee Titans video over and over, and then the Falcons video too as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans one was hilarious.
Yeah,
and we play the Titans this year. But you should not be walking around. Oh man, that was tough. That was tough watching. I'll just hope the Falcons social media never does that. Please, Atlanta Falcons, never do what the Tennessee Titans just did. That was tough to watch. At first, I was thinking, no way in hell. This got to be scripted. It's got to be scripted. No way. But the Red Stallion one was just epic. You're like, Red Stallions? Rawr. Like, wow. Couldn't believe it. Got to be kidding me.
I guess I'm living under the rock. I didn't see that one, so I got to go back and look.
That's how the Red Stallions thing came about. When the Falcons changed their name on Twitter with the Red Stallions, because they was going over the Tennessee Titans schedule release video.
Yeah.
And they was asking Titans fans or people on the streets of Nashville, what do they think about what's the name of the logo?
Yeah.
So they was naming all the teams that they was playing against on the schedule, and they get to one name, the Jags, and it was like Chester Cheeto. Then they get to the other name of the Jags, and it was like actually does not exist. Then they saw the Steelers, they called them the 49ers, or they called them the Gold Stars, like different fans on the street. But when the girl got to the Falcons, she was like, oh, that's the Red Stallions. Arr. And she was like, I died, dog. I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
But it went stupid viral.
And I saw Red Stallion everywhere, and I was lost.
Yeah. Falcons decided to change their name on Twitter to the Red Stallions. And the Colts, the other girls on the street called the Colts the Cowboys. You're like, oh, that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys. And the Colts changed their name to not the Cowboys. I love watching these schedule release videos because now that's what it's about, Falcons fans. So next year,
a new thing though. Like
they
get
all this
doing that last
stuff
year,
and
right?
everything. Just pay attention to 8:00 with these schedule release videos. Shout out to every social media digital creator who helped make these videos. Falcons had Quavo.
It had a lot of people on them.
TikTok folks who's diehard Falcons fans. They had L. Duncan out there. Shout out to L. Duncan. Tag L. Duncan on Twitter. We need her here on the podcast. She's a diehard Falcon fan. So shout out to the Falcons for that right there. That was cool. But let's go back to the schedule, Bodie, Chase, because this is the game that is interesting to many. We're heading across the pond to London. And Falcon fans, Chase, we talked about it in the chat. Bodie, we talked about it in the chat. I didn't want to say too much, but I told you guys that London could possibly be on the move weeks ago.
Yeah.
News kept coming out. Then it was real when the schedule hit. For Falcon fans that do not know, yes, One Time for the Fan will be in London. One Time for the Fan will be in London. Hello. Hello, back, cheerio. Tea and cocoa, sir. Yes, sir. Breakfast, sir. Yes.
Is that how you talk when you serve them people over there?
Yeah. Yeah. I will put them on some news swag. They're gonna be like, so where you from, sir? We're like, Atlanta. Yep.
Ain't no T, it's Atlanta.
2 N's. One time for the fan. Red Swarm said, I said we beat the Panthers and Pack at home to start the season. I think we'll split the 2 games between Detroit and the Jags to be 3-1 after our first 4 games. That's the tough part. Jaguars, they're a good team. All right?
Yeah,
they're decent enough to make – we're not going to put that in Chase. You know how it is? You know how it is.
It's a secret, yo.
It's a secret.
Calm down.
We're not going to, put it out there that's going to be an easy victory. Jaguars going to fight. They got our guy Calvin Ridley down there, and shout out Calvin. I ain't got no problem with Calvin Ridley.
Terrell about to lock that thing down.
They got Foy Loken too. I ain't got no problem with Foy Lucan.
Lucan, yeah, respect to Lucan.
But we diehard Falcon fans over here, and I ain't flying to London.
Yeah, ain't nobody
and
worried
spending all
about
this
Jeep.
money to watch no goddamn.
Ain't
loss,
nobody worried
right
about Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Ain't nobody worried about that.
I'm telling you right now, I ain't spending this money to fly to London to say cheerio for 4 or 5 days and then come out there and watch my team get slaughtered on the Sunday. It ain't happening.
Yeah, that would suck. That would suck.
It's going to be a tight game. Falcon fans, a lot of them have said, even on the journalists and the analysts, they was like, oh, you're going to lose in London. That's your one loss. So that's tough to watch because I'm like, showing people around me like, we're going to London for this loss? Like, no, you never know what can happen. But it's possible that could possibly be your first loss. The team is decent enough that it's going to put up a good matchup. But here on the One Time for the Fan, we don't talk about losses. What are those?
So much can happen.
We don't expect to lose.
So much can happen.
4-0. Coming back to the Benz. And you're going to play Houston. But in London, we have a lot going on. RiseUp Tour has a massive party. Linking up with some diehard, true Atlanta Falcon fans out there in the UK. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Falcons UK. Falcons, everybody that we're working with. There's a whole big group of people that we're working with to put on this massive party. It's going to be massive, lad. It's going to be massive, chap. Gotta get ready. Can I get my accent together? It's going to be massive.
Please get it together.
It's going to be crazy, lad. But yes, One Time for the Fan will be on the streets of London. I believe I'm doing a day in Amsterdam or Paris or France too as well. So there's a lot going on. But yes, One Time for the Fan and the Rise Up Tour and a lot of other Falcon fans coming in from all over. Chase, did you know that we have Falcon fans in Iceland?
Man, I met 2 or 3 fans from Germany at the Benz a couple times this season. So
Falcons Germany.
We got fans everywhere.
They are diehard Atlanta Falcons fans. They was in Carolina. I took a picture of them and posted them on Twitter on the One Time for the Fan page. I believe they are also coming into the game in London. But the Rise Up Tour is planning this massive party, lad. And we're going to shut down the streets. We're going to shut it down in London. We might even bring Elephant Man out there. We might even get Sturdy. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm telling you right now, we're going to have a good time. Let's get back to the schedule, Falcons fans, because that's what we're here for. You come back to the Benz, and Falcon fans were thinking, oh, early bye. You're heading to London. Early bye. You have to. No, Falcons fans, isn't that the case? Your bye, there is a bye, but you got to play it. It's called the Houston Texans. They're at 1 o'clock, October the 8th. At the Benz, One Time for the Fan. Of course, we'll be on all locations, home or away. So you can get awesome, good content from One Time for the Fan. And those podcasts after the game be lit.
Super lit.
Lit for those that was here with us last year. Chase, there's a possibility that let's just say you do go 2-0. You go to the Lions, you're 3-0. London, you come out of London 4-0. You're probably the most talked about team in the NFL. Desmond Ridder's probably going up for MVP awards or Bijan Robinson, and then they give you a throwaway game. They just give you the Texans. They just, here you go, guys.
Smacking the Texans. If we undefeated coming up against the Texans, we smacking the Texans. Smacking them.
Is there a possibility, Chase Bodie, that you could possibly be facing let's just say you get past the Jags and you're 4-0. Let's just say your next toughest matchup will probably be Week 7 against the Bucs down in Tampa. It's possible if you can be either 6-1 or 7-0. You're running the division,
man.
I mean, Bodie.
My thing is,
look at this. The schedule's in your favor.
My
Just
thing
win the
is, I
NFC
think
South.
something we do every year, no matter what team we have, even the great Super Bowl teams in 2016 and the great teams back in Matt Ryan era, is we always lose to at least once a season, lose to a team we should not lose to.
Every year.
Every effing year, we lose to a damn team that we should not lose to. I'm not saying that it's going to be Houston's sorry asses, but it, it's just the thing. We gotta clean that up, and I think we got a good enough team to clean that up. I don't know if we just gonna come out and just sleep on a team like a sorry Houston or something, but we can't do that this year. I expect to not lose to a team we're supposed to beat this season. I expect that to happen. We got a good enough team.
Week 5 at the Benz Texans. Week 6 at the Benz Commanders. Week 7 on the road.
That's a win
Bucks.
too.
Chase, what you got for those 3 weeks right there? Let's just stop going over the record right now because we already know we're going to say every damn game. So let's just say dubs down the line. We don't ever see a loss, but of course, if it happens, what happens? Chase, Texans, Commanders at the Benz. These home games should be packed out by Falcons fans.
Yes.
Outside of that,
anywhere near 6-1,
that Packers game, week 2, there's going to be some Packer fans in there. But week 1 at the Benz, you should be packed out in there, 1-0. You should stop selling your tickets at 1-0, and then you show up on the following week for the Packers game. You go on the road. You come home against the Texans. When do you see the Texans fan base just show up and just go crazy? Like, let's be serious here. Falcons fans should be deep for that game. The Commanders, with their situation over there, Falcon fans should be at that game. Turn on the road against the Bucks, on the road against the Titans. Come home for the Vikings, which I will say the Vikings have a decent little fan base. So Falcon fans, that hostile environment Terry been talking about is right here.
It's huge too. It means a lot.
You can't come in here and tell me Texans. Do not tell me Texans fans are going to take over the Benz. I better not see that shit. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna hear about that on the podcast all
Texans
night.
Got fans?
Texan fans all up in the Benz. Let me find out.
No, they the Texanians? Like, who are they? Who are the Texans?
Falcon fans, y'all should be swarming these tickets right now to be a part of this, to see what's going to happen before it gets too big. I'm telling you right now, you 2-0, or when them tickets go back on sale after you come back from the road, if don't be 3 or 4-0 coming back to the Benz to play Houston. Oh, them tickets just jumped up $125, $30, $130. Now you really complaining.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why. You typed in the group chat, Falcons got to win for me to show up. Now you're going to type, tickets too damn expensive. Well, your ass should have been. Falcons winning. People ain't going to keep them tickets at $75 and $85. People, this is the hottest ticket in the market. Mm-hmm. Bijan Robinson is going to be one of the hottest jerseys on the market.
Mm-hmm.
He's a jersey seller. He's a seat seller. Team is looking good on the roster. Special guest V Coke is back with us.
V Coke.
Quick intermission. Remember I told y'all about my car, tow truck guy.
Yep.
You good?
But but I heard you real quick.
Yep.
The rent is too damn high. That's what folks gonna be saying. The rent is too damn high.
Word up.
Joins back the podcast and joins right back into what we were talking about. Vince, we went over week 3 at the Lions. I'm sure you'll probably be there in Detroit too as well, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. My son is out there, so we'll be going to the game together, and I'll definitely be on that plane hitting up there. Another stadium to knock up off my list. Another stadium that I haven't been to knock off my list.
I saw you post recently about the week 4 matchup going out there to London. Is it possible that we can see that Falcons versus all y'all flag at Wembley? Because they love flags out there.
Oh,
I'm sure they ain't got no problem with their flags. They're soccer fans.
That they do. Let me see what we can do on that. Let me see what we can do on that. Cause you know what they used to say, the way my checking and savings.
You're in the saves account set up.
Let's see if we can work out on that. Cause hey, if we get that in Wembley, hey, we international, baby.
It's just good to know that at least you're going to the Lions game. Of course, you'll be at the home games too as well. After the Jags game, you come back. We decided to throw the records out the door, Coakley, because we're all going to say they're going to win. We don't even talk about losses here on the channel, so it's very difficult.
Right.
But the Texans at home, Commanders at home, Bucks on the road, and then Titans on the road after the Jags game. Those are 4 favorable matchups for the Falcons that you can either go 3-1 or 4-0 if the Falcons are heading in the right direction. Your thoughts on just some of those games right there, Coakley?
Man, Houston, I don't even know who Houston got. So hey, I see us sweeping through that. Washington, they got new ownership, so they still trying to figure things out, see who gonna get money, who ain't gonna get money. Somebody mentioned in the chat that Baker throwing to Vince Evans.
Receivers. Yeah.
Vince Evans. But again, like I mentioned earlier, we made some good moves on defense. So we might be able to contain Vince and work on Baker on his back, putting Baker on his back.
There you go.
So like you mentioned, man, hey, I don't see a real issue there with those 4 games. I don't see a real issue there. And hey, we going on that road trip up to Tennessee, so I'm definitely going up to Tennessee. Another stadium knock off the bucket list. Either gonna drive 4 hours, a big 4-hour carpool with all Atlanta Falcon fans rolling up the hill.
Yes, sir.
Rolling into Tennessee.
So don't want to drop too much information, but there might be a bus trip for the RiseUp tour heading to Tennessee. We're looking at some things right now, and it's very possible.
Bus trip.
The bus trip annually has been to Carolina, but we might have to change it up this year.
Tailgate, ATL tailgate coming up to the Nashville, Dolly Parton, BB King.
It's like you must be in our itinerary chat, Vince. Gotta go back and check the list, make sure you're not in there because dropping a lot of information here. Do we have a mole in the group? Got to go find out. No, I'm just kidding. Week 9, week 10, Bodie, Chase, Coke. You're at home against the Vikings. It's going to be a tough matchup. Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
But then you go on the road to the Cardinals, which
booty
right now
meat.
is probably being projected as a number
booty
one
meat.
Garbage. Coke, you mentioned you don't even know
team
who's on Houston's team. Cardinals even looking way worse, and we know some of the players over there on their team. But
I wish is Hopkins still out there? We need to get Hopkins over here to Atlanta.
He seems to be happy
he was
in
kind of
AZ.
upset. I thought he was a little upset.
He posted a video recently, like, what's up, Cardinal Nation? You know where I want to be, that type of thing. You know how it is.
Okay.
Till the money starts calling, you know how it is.
Let's send him some of them Magic City wings. See if he get a change of heart.
Ain't he from Georgia? He come back home.
Is he from what? Griffin or Woodstock or something? One of them far away.
I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Georgia though. So come on back.
Let's back up a second to this Vikings thing again.
Go ahead, brother.
So Thielen gone, Jefferson. What else they got over there?
That new rookie receiver.
The rookie receiver
Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Oh, Jordan Addison, yeah, USC.
Okay.
He's a speedster. I really do think that receiver will pair well.
They're unsure with Dalvin Cook though. They mentioned that too as well. So they could be on the brink of rebuilding too as well. That NFC North, I still got the Vikings winning it from last season. But looking at the strength of schedule, we have one of the weakest schedules. But still, the Vikings were one of the toughest teams from last year too as well. That was making some noise here and there. So you have to watch for them. AJ Terrell versus Justin Jefferson. It's going to be a good matchup. Outside of that, there's been Falcon fans talking about Vikings just being just straight up booty meat outside of Justin Jefferson. And this improved roster can shut down.
They got TJ Hawkinson.
Go ahead, Bodie.
I said they got TJ Hawkinson. He tough. They still got Dalvin Cook. Whatever that situation going on, I expect him to play. So they still got him. Their defense look like butt cheeks though. Only name I see here is Harrison Smith. I don't even know the rest of these other cats. So, Marcus Davenport, he's familiar. Yeah, I know him. Right?
Marcus Davenport.
Garbage.
What team he used to play for?
Garbage.
Trash ain'ts.
Not that guy.
Chopper style.
Yeah.
Lisa Shepard said, Bodie was calling out my fake London accent. Coke, you hear my accent? Hello. Cheo, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I got a drink of tea for you, sir.
That's not.
I think that's pretty good.
Some tea and scones. You get you some tea and scones. Get some scones.
All right.
Week 11.
Smoking a pancake.
Because I think at week 11, Bodie, Chase, Coke, you're somewhat in the division to where you know that playoff tickets will probably be announced shortly. Because everybody has high expectations for this team. And if this team is going to come out there and compete in those first 10 weeks before the bye, you could be sitting at a playoff view where you are one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and all that hype about Ritter in the offseason now came to light where this kid is pretty good. He's leading his team to get it done. Week 11 is the bye. This is good.
I like a late bye, man.
This is good. A late
bye.
bye is good. You have Calais Campbell, who you need to have that late bye in the end of the season. CP, who you need to have that late bye. Anybody who's been injured or banged up on that 4 or 5 week stretch from like week 7, week 8, you need that bye to help you out. A bye at week 5, week 6 would have been tough to come back out, especially from London, and then go out there and play these games. So a week 11 bye, shout out to the NFL for looking out for us. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to the NFL for that one right there, because we needed that week 11 bye. Because your next game after the bye is in the Benz against the Aints.
Yes, sir.
So you can't prepare during the
Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Bringing them Cajun turkeys.
So we finna carve,
pack it out,
boy. We finna carve the fuck out of them.
We'll need some crawfish etouffee.
There you go. Some shrimp po' boys.
Saints Falcons week 12, Thanksgiving weekend at the Benz, 1 o'clock matchup. If that doesn't get you all riled up, Falcons fans, guess where we're heading after that? We're heading to New York, to go play the New York Jets at 1 o'clock. Aaron Rodgers. First, that game, them tickets were cheap when I checked before Aaron Rodgers, because some ticket holders had put them out. But now, this through the roof. Thanks, Aaron Rodgers. You really messed this one up. So, of course, One Time for the Fan will be on all locations, home or away. For those of you in the chat know how we rock with One Time for the Fan. You saw it last season. We're at every home game. We're at every away game. We don't play that. We're out there having a good time. Shout out to V Coke in the chat, who's here, our special guest for tonight. Week 13, the Jets at 1 o'clock. Week 14, the Bucks at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yep.
Week 15 against the Panthers, which is a to-be-determined matchup, because it's possible that could be your primetime game. Why it says to be determined.
Yeah.
That could end up being a primetime matchup. You never know. If the Falcons are the hottest team right now going around that week, or one of the hottest teams, week 15, and the Panthers seem to be trying to creep up for a wild card spot, and you got two bum teams like the Jags and the Titans playing that week, they're going to switch them games. Your new primetime game is going to be Falcons-Panthers. So be prepared for that. Yeah. Week 16 at the Benz against the Colts, which I'm sure some fans were like, I was hoping it's going to be Matt Ryan. But no, it's not Matt Ryan.
No, Matt.
Falcons-Colts, Anthony Richardson coming into the Benz. Could be another winnable game there too as well. A tough matchup that you have to look at weather condition wise. Not even before the ball snaps. The Bears game, New Year's Eve. That could be a very tough game, knowing that the Bears is not a very good team. The weather conditions can play a factor in that game there too as well. And I've been out there, Coakley, and you know about Chicago. New Year's Eve, we're expecting maybe 20 or below.
Wind chill right off Lake Michigan.
Hey,
that's something you got to be built for. That's something you got to be built for down there.
So in the low 20s?
Oh yeah, negative. Negative.
Falcon fans, you hearing it from somebody who knows Chicago well.
Hey, we
bundle up for that game.
We grew up in moon boots in the wintertime.
Not the moon boots.
Hey, it wasn't no school shutting down in Chicago in November, December, January. You put your moon boots on and your gloves and had snowball fights on your way to school.
Falcon fans, for those who don't know about snowball fights, that's when the snowball is good enough you can get, we don't know too much about that.
We thought we did that one year when the snow stuck. Y'all remember that year that snow stuck?
Snowmageddon.
Oh my
Falcon fans, it's lit.
Half inch of snow. Yeah.
Everybody hitting light poles and shit.
The black ice. Oh my God. If I hit
black ice is something here in Atlanta everybody talk about. Talk about, especially going back to the Goody Mob days when they made that song. People was like, Black Ice, that song's strong. Wait till you see the winner. Coach, looking at this roster, we know the schedule right now. What do you see right now with the Falcons? Have we improved? Are we upgraded? Are we where we are to compete in this division and in this NFL?
We definitely upgraded. Like I say, offense, new tight end. Pitts will be back. I really think Pitts gave up on Mariota, truth be told. I just felt like he wasn't getting the ball. He was tired of blocking. He's like, man, let me go and sit down, get the little surgery or whatever I need to do. And, hopefully they'll figure things out. And I think he just sat down, truth be told. But I think now with the ball getting aired out, oh, he gonna come back full steam. London's gonna be London. CP, like I say, my one thing what I meant to mention earlier, we still need a wide receiver. I want that wide receiver whole field on the other side. I think we still need somebody, another quality, high-profile receiver on the other side of the ball to take the heat off London. Even though, like I said, we got B. Jones, say he gonna do everything. We know CP can catch. I still think we need another 2, 3, or whatever number y'all want to put on them on that other side to have another option there.
Slade Bolden was recently signed to the Falcons today. I know he has ties with Baltimore.
No, you didn't lead into Slade Bolden like he gonna be that guy.
Yeah, because he mentioned wide receiver. I will throw that out there. I mean, Andre Smith. Some fans mentioned what's up with Rashawn Evans. They go sign Andre Smith today. So we'll see. Some people say camp bodies. Some people say special teams matters. Slade Bolden does have some, stinks in the NFL playing wide receiver.
We know all about Slade Bolden.
Don't see him as a wide receiver too. But then again, they added another wide receiver, Bodie, because they are, like Vincent said, they're looking at that 2 position strong. And like you said, Bodie, Pitts will be worked in that motion, and CP will be worked in there too as well. But they're looking for a true number 2 until they actually go find one, either in free agency next year or in the draft. Because this year, you had the money. You could have go sign a decent number 2 wide receiver. You brought in Mac Hollins. People would say Mac is the 2 right now. Mac has been a 2 most of his career. People knows Mac, not as a 3 or a 4 or a 1. He has been a 2. So him coming over here to the Falcons on a 1-year deal shows that he could possibly be the 2. But then you go sign a bunch of receivers.
Dude. Scotty Miller's a big sleeper to me. I think he's
your 3. He's your slot.
He's going to bring a lot of speed, with all these targets, man. It's hard to cover everybody. I mean, you got that speedster like Scotty, Bijan lined up in the slot. You're going to forget about certain players, and I think that Scotty is that guy. Scotty fills that role that I feel like Zacchaeus couldn't ever step up and take. So that's a player I'm really big on, ready to watch, free agent signing wise.
My guy is Justin Marshall, man. Justin
Marshall, yeah, that's another name.
Let me ask you guys this: did this ever cross y'all mind that when we drafted Bjorn, that we were just drafting him to possibly trade somewhere else for something else or somebody else?
I think that was their guy.
I think on top of their board when we passed up on Carter. And I just seen an interview where Smith came straight to Terry and said they just took Tyreek. So that to me feels like Bijan was number 1 on their list out of their top 10 or whatever they had. I really do believe they studied this Bijan kid and they like what they had, and that's who they brought in. I think Bijan is Arthur Smith's new Derrick Henry, but on steroids, somebody that can catch, that can be a leading back. Doesn't even have to be a leading back just because of the type of hands the kid plays off of speed. Very shifty. I'm excited, man. This offense can be a top tier, something we haven't had since 2017. I'm ready to see it.
Remember the article they said after the draft when they said how easy was it to select Robinson over Carter, and it was like very easy. So that kind of just shows that maybe Robinson was the first on the draft, and CP is coming to the end of his career soon. You're not going to give him a 4 or 5 year deal, probably 2 at best at the end of this year.
A lot of CP trade rumors.
CP's a fan favorite.
CP wants to be an A.
You got to keep the people in the building that's going to put the people in the seats, man. And CP is that guy. But then again, I'm not the Falcons organization, so
it's natural to put CP on trade rumors. Everybody gonna do that because they see that we drafted somebody who does what CP does and run and can catch it, all that shit. Fuck all that, okay? I'm not even finna sit here and say we using all these cats, all right? And they drafted Bijan, and to go back to what you asked, V-Coat, I don't think they did that. I think they saw weapon, see weapon, get weapon. That's what I think they did. They went to go get this home run hitter, this dude who will take the top off your defense.
Sure will.
And they said we'll figure the fucking rest out later because, we got an embarrassment of riches at running back, but I wouldn't even see him as a running back. Like Terry keeps saying in all these interviews, we didn't see running back Bijan Robinson. We saw weapon. We saw a home run hitter. We saw,
like Myles Garrett said, all-purpose yard versus rushing yard is going to be big for this kid.
No matter how much talent you have on a roster, it's all going to come back to Arthur Smith. How he executes off of receivers, off of all these other, X factor players that we have. How he lines them up is all going to be on Arthur Smith's shoulders. So I think we have all the pieces for it. And I think if Arthur Smith plays the pieces the right way, we can have a dynamic team. NFC South champions for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
If you're running
For
your
sure.
4 wide big set going to the red zone, I mean, you can have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, CP, and then Bijan Robinson in the backfield. I don't think most teams would be ready for the elusiveness, the skill set of what's on that field. Even though you have a rookie Bijan Robinson, who teams are going to be like, nah, watch this little joke. Nah, watch this dude. And this is football. Fans might talk that shit outside like Bijan, but players in the NFL like, right, he's that dude.
Yeah.
He's that dude. And teams going to be out there. Panthers right now sitting there saying, how the hell we finna contain number 7? I guarantee you they're looking right now. Not even at Bryce Young like, damn, we picked this 5'9" quarterback. What the fuck are we doing? They're sitting there looking at their defensive coverage saying, bruh, are we going to stack the box on this Bijan kid? And if they do, they're going to play action out. And they're going to beat us over the top. Bijan is just a weapon. You can't really say that for like a 3rd or 4th string running back or a guy that's, coming out the 5th round. This kid is a weapon. The tape shows it. And like Myles Garrett said, he's going to have a shit ton of all-purpose yards. He's catching the ball at the flats, catching the ball in the slot.
If you haven't catched the Rich Eisen show with Terry, Terry said it the best. We didn't look at Bijan as a running back. We didn't put Bijan in a specific category when we studied him. So that just shows what type of player Bijan is. He's a somebody you can compare. He's a Deebo Samuel to an offense.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, it's all on Arthur.
And I'll say one more thing.
Go ahead, bud.
That's one of the reasons why I don't think they felt like they had to go get a concrete number 2 wide receiver. That's one of the reasons. But I think the main reason why they felt like they didn't have to go get a concrete number 2 wide receiver is because goddamn Kyle Pitts needs to lead this team in targets. You drafted him at 4 to throw his ass the ball, not block, not none of that. You need to lead this team in targets. Drake London needs to be right there too. They need to be both up there in the same target space. Okay, that's your wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 is London and Pitts. Okay, it's unconventional. It's not what teams normally do because teams don't throw the tight ends. Only a handful of teams in the league do that. We should be one of those teams. Yeah, George Kittle, Kelsey, all those cats. We should be one of those teams. That's why I felt like they in their mind, they're like, man, okay, we got weapons. We got CP, we got London, we got Scotty, we got we got weapons. We got Bijan.
I scored with Mac Hollins today too. Scored a touchdown. Felt good about it too. I was like, damn, this kid.
And Mac Hollins is no slouch.
That's not
at all.
So 2021, Kyle Pitts 1,026 yards.
I
Last year, Algier rushing 1,000 yards as a rookie. Now you add Bijan to that with those two and CP.
Yes, sir.
I think he had about 400 to 500 rushing yards.
Drake London with like 6 something.
If you're going off of averages too as well, that's big. It's with averages per carry. I mean, you're talking about Tyler Algier who had 4.5, Bijan coming out of 6 in college, and then CP with his 3.5 and 4. You're running first downs damn near every play.
Right.
Any team can stack the box if you want to. Mac Hollins, remember his PFF rating for in routes and drag routes underneath 5 yards? That's all they want him to do. Set the edge on the blocks, help your tight end out over there on the side. We'll throw a little drag route to you every now and then. Scotty Miller. Anybody seen Scotty Miller? Oh, shit, he's in the end zone. Kid runs a 4.3. So you don't know how they're going to take the top off this defense, but you do know the chains are going to be moving. And like I talked to Mike, Jack Spade talked to Mike Conti yesterday, face-to-face. Shout out to Mike Conti. And from 92.9, who's the voice of Atlanta United, and of course he's done some other sports too as well. But like Conti has said, I mean, you have a team that defense is going to sit over there and say, this team is stacked. How do you're going to get off the field on 3rd down on a lot of plays. All that 21-17 fans on their feet like this, that shit might stop. Your defense is going to make the stop to where you're taking a knee at the 2-minute warning now. There's no more rushing down the field to do all this extra shit to score. No, the team is set up to get the sack and get off the field. Let me tell you something.
Amen.
The defense that you have right now would have got the Saints off the field on that drive last year on that first game. They would have got the Saints off the field. The defense you have right now. The defense you have right now probably would have ended up making more stops in that Rams game. Because you came back to actually be on that 4th and goal to almost win. Coakley was on your side, wasn't it?
It was right in front of me.
He was in the suite right there.
It was on the field. The interception happened right in front of me and Thomas.
Shit.
Right
the defense
there.
you have right now probably could have been able to secure a better victory against that Chargers game when Drake London got the ball stripped out from him. It was 17-17 for like 2 quarters. You needed a defense out there to go ahead and make some stops. Mariota was getting the damn job done. And now you putting Ritter out here with this new and improved offense. Now we finna go light some folks up.
Brother, eat.
Sure.
We about to eat.
The new highlight factory.
And I will say this, because Country told me the other day, he was in the podcast with Saints, Bucks, and Panthers fans, and the Panther fans were talking hella shit. Because don't forget, they've improved too. The Bucks fans were quiet. Saints fans were quiet because they know that shit's gonna looking ugly. But for Falcons fans, you should be popping your shit right now. Your team is looking good before they get on the field. Look at the roster. Look at the players you have in the building. Look at the tone that the team is trying to set, the message that they're trying to send to the fan base. We're here to win. I keep saying it. Terry mentioned it. The moves he made in the last 2 years put them in a position where they are right now. And it's true.
Yeah. First official season of getting to see the play style that Arthur and Terry's been building the past 2 or 3 years for this team. I'm excited, dude. This team, man, we say it's all going to be run, but what is the run opens up the pass. I think you see a lot of big numbers with Drake, Ritter, Kyle Pitts. I think those 3 really thrive together. I think the chemistry is going to be huge.
Falcon fans, this is big. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Hashtag one-timers, hashtag the fan club. Falcon fans are in the chat going crazy. Cope, we got one question for you before we talk about the Rise Up tour and get up out of here. Philip Crawford said, I'm sorry. I had another question from Philip. He had mentioned that, here it is. He said, what's the best move we made this offseason? He said, mine is Bates. Coke, what's the best move you think we made this offseason? Some would say not going after Carter. After hearing out what happened now. Apparently he's in a lawsuit now too as well.
Not
True.
going after Lamar.
They see it. Looking for a big payday. I would say everything we did on the defense. Everything we did on the defense. Like I said, on my Facebook, I had everything listed. This is our needs, and all of those needs have been met or filled or signed. Or hey, our defense is going to be a whole. Like I said, everybody like, oh, the Falcons. It's gonna be a new look defense this year. New look,
play style, all of it.
Man, hey, I can't wait till they start. You know, when they do a training camp, they start releasing those little videos.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't wait to see that stuff come up, start popping up. But I love the new look defense. So I'm saying every defensive piece that we added to it. You know, because Grady, what was Grady saying? I can't do this by myself.
Yep.
I need help.
Cry for help.
I need help. Grady, here's your help. Here's your help.
Plenty.
Just imagine seeing that Eddie Goldman call. Like, wait, Eddie calling me? Hey, y'all. Eddie Goldman calling. Hey, turn the music down. What's up, Eddie? Hey, what's up, man? I'm looking good over there. I got one more year in me. Sure, come on back. Y'all forgot about Eddie Goldman? I know y'all ain't forget about Eddie Goldman. This is going to be great because, Bodie, you did the breakdown of Eddie Goldman. Now we get to see him play. We was very excited when Eddie Goldman came over to the Falcons last year. It didn't happen. You didn't get a chance to play. But, Bodie, Eddie Goldman is a monster. I think people are forgetting who Eddie Goldman was before he stopped playing football a year ago. Like, this dude is a run-heavy attack when it comes to getting to the backfield. You put him next to Grady. You put him next to Campbell. Don't forget about my boy Zach Harrison from Ohio State, too, as well. He going to get some reps.
Yep.
We going to eat.
Yeah,
Malone, Carter, Dupree. We going to eat. Ellis, you going to eat, too. Shout out Richie Grant. Don't forget about him. Defense is going to eat. Team is going to eat. Man, I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for the season. I can't wait. We got to get to some more stuff here, Vincent, before we get up out of here. You got a couple minutes left?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm live at the Chateau.
Live at the Chateau. For those who do not know, is it an actual location now on Facebook? The Chateau is now registered?
Hey, you can Google it. You can Google. We on Google, baby.
Shout out to the Chateau. For those who do not know, what goes down at the Chateau?
Hey, what happens at the Chateau happens at the Chateau. Hey, but we do game parties, fight parties, birthday parties, spade parties. You know, you name it. We welcome all. We welcome all the events over here at the Chateau.
Nice.
Falcons fans. Those of you that are part of the Rise Up tour, this is big for y'all because we talked about this the other night on the podcast. Chase and Bodie wasn't here. Coakley was here. We had Country with us. We had Thomas Scott with us too as well. But we was talking about the new changes for the Rise Up Tour going forward. And for Rise Up Tour members, tag your friends, everybody who's traveling with you, who's a member of the Rise Up Tour. Because if you missed it the other night, you can catch it here, but I'm sure Thomas will post it in the group shortly. The Rise Up Tour is moving to a membership going forward, right? Here is the situation. Coke, you know this too as well. COVID is over, y'all. I'm going to tell you straight up. I mean, not saying that it's not out there, but still. It's over to a point where these clubs and these lounges and these bars, they just ain't allowing just folks just to come up in their spot 3, 4, 5, 600 deep like we've done in the past. And they'll bring 2 or 3 bartenders and then you can just buy your drinks and head out. They ain't doing all that. A lot of these places are starting to charge. A lot of these places are going to do the cover fee. Because like in New York, when we called them, like they said, we do this every night. We don't need them Falcon fans to come up in here and do this. But if you want to, this is how it's going to work, X, Y, and Z. Vegas, which we go to next year, that we're trying to plan now. You're not walking around for free in Vegas.
Hey, hold on. We could be there this year. We could be there this year.
Well, let me not spoil the fun. Let me not spoil the fun. I'm telling you right now, we got to move quicker. If it goes to the playoffs and the Falcons have to hit the road, Rise Up Tours on the road, you have a week to get things together, to get things planned. And this is big when everybody in the NFL is watching. Regular season, same thing too as well. New Orleans, Razzoos loves us. They do. But we're packing out Razzoos to a point where people can't even get in, Chase.
It was packed last year, man.
People can't even get in. Might have to go get the building across the street now. Get both buildings. It's getting to a point where Falcons fans have to understand the Rise Up Tour. When you came out to a lot of these events, and all the years of the Rise Up Tour, the past 4 years, they were free. The cover charge was free. To get in was free. To eat was free. Drinks you had to pay for. But a lot of things that we did, Vince, as you know, was free. Well, Vince, you've talked with the admin team, you've talked with members of the Rise Up Tour, and you see going forward, a lot of these venues, they're going to charge us to bring a bunch of people in there in their venue, in their city, for us to have a good time.
Outsiders. With us being the outsiders. Falcon
with us being the outsiders, the out-of-towners.
With your jerseys on. Come on, man. I'm a XYZ bar. We don't welcome Falcon fans. But money talks. Money talks.
Sure does.
Sure we
in
can,
the past.
Sure we can hold you a few sections for a couple $1,000.
Now, I will say that we are one of the largest Falcons traveling group that is out here repping the Falcons. I think we are the only two as well. The Rise Up Tour has put this together to try to bring awareness to all the Falcons fans around the world that when you go on the road, you go to away games, you don't have to just go to your hotel and just sit in your room and wait for game day. There is events, there's certain things going on that we put on, meet and greets, breakfast, dinners, different things, meetups, that fans can have a good time and party and enjoy ourselves. Every city we do this. Every city, Vincent.
Wristbands, lanyards, shirt making,
shirts, going
flyers.
To the hat room.
Yeah.
We have 2 membership programs that we're rolling out here. We have the basic membership, which is $20. And Falcon fans, before I knock down the 2 memberships, I'm going to let you know right now. We've talked to other fan groups. I'm talking about fan groups that have 5, 6, 7,000 people, 10,000 people. Vince, you know a lot of them.
Cowboy groups. They had like maybe 5 groups just in Atlanta alone. Pittsburgh Steelers groups.
Chapters.
Right.
Not talking about in their city. They have groups, fan clubs in our city that meet up with the other fan clubs whenever they go on the road. Presidents and all. But they charge a membership to be a part of their traveling group. And when they show up, Coke, you've seen them. They deep.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds, thousands deep. But guess how much they charge for some of these groups? Not to put their information out there, but some of them charge $150, $200, $250, $300. I don't even want to know how much the Chiefs groups charge. They just won the Super Bowl 2 years in the past. Their membership, I guarantee their membership price went up. Everybody wants to be the dominant fan base on the road, but you know what you haven't talked about? Where is the Falcons fan base on the road? You seen the Steelers when they show up. You see the Packers when they show up. You see the Bills when they show up. Where are the Falcons? Coach, people don't even know this. Falcon fans are deep on the road.
Oh yeah, definitely deep. When we were in SoFi, when that comeback started happening, it was quiet on LA side, but you heard ATL, ATL, ATL. I mean, we getting out there. We getting out there, and we letting folks know that, man, you guys traveled all the way out here from Atlanta. Yeah, we're out here, and we're here to cheer on our team.
Yes, sir.
I told
So
y'all
stay tuned.
how they were in Seattle. Dude turned to me and said, I know y'all from Atlanta. I know y'all from Atlanta. Cause we get a different breed.
We
The
go
way
over
we was
and take
making
over
our
that.
noise, the way we was doing our chants, the way we was doing our cheers. Seattle fans was like, they got that down there in the South?
We took over their tailgates. We had the flag at their tailgates. They wanted to take a picture with the flag, like, oh man, you guys are live.
I get off the plane in Seattle. Who do I see? Vincent. Right there in the airport. Like, what's going on, brother? We're going to link up later. That's good when you see fans on the road. And Vincent, you seen when you go on the road, you see fans at the airport, you see fans on the train, you see fans when you're getting in the Uber and the Lyft out the club, at the mall, the restaurant. No matter where you go, you put that jersey on. When you open that door, what they say? Oh, Falcons in town? Yeah, we here.
Rise up. We out
Rise
here.
up.
Rise up.
Y'all better go on the road and see how it is at these road games. They'd be like, oh, Falcons here? Yeah, we here. Got about a couple more hundred down the street, too. We'll call them. But what we
went
do
to
here
Dallas
with
a couple
RiseUp
years ago. We went to Dallas. We took over the baggage claim. All straight off the plane. Rise up.
You know we hate the Cowboys, but let's give a shout out to that fan group that we linked up with in Dallas for that party. The fire marshal said we had too many people. Vincent, you saw the club. You couldn't move. So Falcon fans, when it comes to the Rise Up tour, we put on these events, these parties, these great times for people to have an experience. Come out and enjoy either a couple drinks. If you don't drink, enjoy some good music, vibe and mix with Falcon fans at a private location, somewhere where you can hang with other Falcon fans. Chase, you saw it in New Orleans. Bodie, you saw it. Vincent, you've been to a bunch of stadiums. You've seen how it goes. For our memberships, we have a basic membership for the Rise Up tour. As you can see it on the group, you can go ahead and start getting your membership now. Basic membership, $20 for the membership fee for the basic membership. It gives you discounted merchandise from the Rise Up Tour online store. Reduced entry fees to events and meetups, because some of these will be free. They will be free. Some of these will not. If we get an establishment that's going to charge us a low price, that's where the membership comes in. And trust me, Falcon fans, we've talked to plenty fan groups. Every single one of these groups charge. So it's been a blessing that many of the admin team and many of the people who's helped donate in the past to fund the Rise Up Tour events, we're going to a membership base now, Falcons fans, and seeing some of these other presidents from these fan clubs, they're mentioning the same thing, like, hey, you guys need to really look into this, because this is really going to help your group go a long way, and it can really help set up these chapters that you guys want for the Falcons fan club. Don't forget, we're going to the UK this year. Do you think the UK wants us to bring 5,000 Falcon fans to their location in one bar with 2 bartenders?
Man,
I just told you we're linking up with Falcons UK, Falcons Australia, Falcons Germany. Man, we well over 1,000 fans. Falcon fans, once again, $20 membership fee for the basic membership gives you discounted merchandise from the Rise Up Tour online store, reduced entry fees into events and meetups, discounted away game tickets via Lime Events. For those who do not know, we have a ticket rep from Lime Events who's able to give us some beautiful seats in the stadium for the taxes and fees are wiped. I don't know how he does it, but they're wiped. But he was able to get 50-yard line seats in New Orleans last year in New Orleans for some guests for ours for like $180 a piece, where they were going for like $400 or $500. Don't know how he does it, but shout out to Lime Events who's working with us too as well. Rise Up Tour membership lanyard. We have the lanyards. For those who went to New Orleans last year, you love the lanyards. We have the customized Rise Up Tour lanyards now this year for the membership. That's the basic membership. It's $20. For the premium membership, It is $40. It gives you discounted merchandise from the Rise Up Tour online store, reduced entry fees into events and meetups, exclusive away game tickets via Lime Events with the Rise Up Tour pricing because you're a premium membership, so it'll be cheaper. Rise Up Tour 2023 shirt, the Rise Up Tour membership lanyard, and of course you'll have your discounted coverages when you go out of town for certain events.
I'm getting that premium, boss.
We have premium. So we have a basic membership for $20. We have a premium membership for $40. And when we announced that to some of the other groups, they looked at us like, boy, they getting ready. They was going to slap us through the phone. Like $20 and $40. That's what y'all finna do? Y'all finna make us? They was like, y'all been watching Arthur Blank too much with them damn prices in the bins. That's what's been going on. Okay, they talk about $200 and $300 for their prices, and we said $20 and $40. They were like, you know what? That's why we can't stand Atlanta. They come with them cheap prices, them better deals. So now they gotta look. Don't let word get out to them Cowboys fan groups. We finna flip them into Falcon fans. They gonna say, what? They paying $40? Talk to you later. Rise up. Like I told my friend Thomas, you got some fan groups that's paying almost $300 before you even shake hands at the door. Before you even shake hands at the door, you have to pay your dues and your fees of $300 or more. Vincent, don't even talk about the shirts. Don't even talk about the shirts for some of these other groups. It's like 60, 75, 80 for shirts. Sheesh. And guess what? Vincent, you seen it. When they show up, is everybody wearing their shirt?
They wearing it.
Everybody.
They wearing it.
Jerry Jones happy. He looking down in the window. Look at him down there. Don't look, son. Look down there on the field. They love that. So Falcon fans, the Rise Up Tour group has gone to the membership program for the 5th year. That's the big news for the anniversary. We have a lot of Falcon fans who's already started paying their membership because you've seen what we've done in the past. The RSVP says 100, but 400 show up. The general manager is cool with it, but we told him 100 people. Here comes 400 people. Matter of fact, here comes 800 people. Because they invited their friends.
Exactly.
So Falcon fans, we're turning up this year. We're going to London. We're going to Detroit. We're going to Tampa, Carolina, Tennessee.
Arizona.
New
York.
And in New York, you ain't finna bring no 500 fans up in no building. And it ain't got no Giants or no Jets colors. So you better be cool with the GM or you better know Jay-Z. And I tell you right now, I don't know Jay-Z. I can throw 80 yards on the run, but I don't know Jay-Z.
Oh, and New Year's Eve in Chicago. I'm
New Year's Eve in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm still. It's okay. It's gonna be a last minute call, but we're gonna see. New Year's Eve in Chicago.
Falcon fans, for those that want to be a part of the Rise Up Tour, the information will be posted in the Rise Up Tour group. But we are moving to the membership program. And don't forget, Falcon fans, now, if you don't want to pay the membership, hey, I want to wait, let me get a couple weeks and think about it. Sure, we ain't tripping. We want all Falcon fans to be a part of this. But there are some events that is going to be free. Fans are going to be cool. Like, hey, let's turn up. Some events, like, let's go to Arizona. McFadden's is a well-known establishment. One of the owners of McFadden's has told us, sure, you guys can use our establishment. Falcon fans, we love it. Here's what we're going to do. We'll wipe the cover charge for you of $25 to $40, which they normally would do. And we'll give it to you Falcon fans for like $10 for all Rise Up Tour members. That's what they had to do. No other place is going to let us come in there with 400 or 500 fans. We've called around. Nobody's doing it. But McFadden's has stepped up to say, you know what? Bring everybody here. We want y'all in the building. Know what he said? We'll bring a DJ out for y'all. Y'all play whatever y'all want. We'll put the Falcons flags up. Y'all do whatever we want. You ain't doing that in New York.
Mm-mm.
You're not putting no Falcon flag up all over. It's not happening.
Nah, son. Know what I mean?
And when them Tims start walking off across 56 and Lennox, you better, hey, guys, it's time to go. Got to go, guys. You don't hear all them Tims? You don't hear them marching? Bunch of Tims are coming around the corner. Them boots clicking. But shout out to everybody. Thomas said also the discounted bus trip because we're going to Tennessee this year. So there's going to be a Rise Up Tour membership fee, and then there's going to be a fee for Falcon fans who's not a part of the tour. So Falcon fans, we have a lot going on. Coakley, the membership, we talked about it Thursday. We talked about it tonight. How important is this membership for like a fan group?
Definitely the membership is important. I mean, like you haven't mentioned it. I don't know if Thomas, well, you know, we got the cookout coming up right around the corner. Stuff has to be bought for a cookout. You know, chicken and ribs ain't free. But again, you pay your membership fee. That stuff they can take care of behind the scenes. So when you pull up, rise up to a flag, rise up to a tent. That's where I need to be. Grab your plate, do your thing.
Falcon fans, Rise Up Tour Group. The membership is active. People are starting to pay. And don't forget, we have a way to track everybody through QR codes and everything. You're going to get your customized lanyard. Chase, Bodie, you saw the lanyards in New Orleans. Everybody that walked through the door had the lanyard on with the wristband on too as well. A lot of Rise Up Tour shirts, could have been a lot more. But fans, they pack out these events. They show up and they make it home safe. And they call us the next morning or they tag us in the group and say, thank you for allowing us to come to another city and have a good time with you all. We've met so many people on the road, from Falcon fans in the U.S. to all over the world, that show up and say, you guys are having a great time with these Rise Up Tour parties, and they feel good to come out and mingle and mix. Coco, you saw it in L.A. when we got to the corner bar. They were fans from everywhere.
Oh, packed out.
Who they were.
Outside. They'd overran the bar. People standing outside.
This LA, Hollywood is 20 minutes down the road. The Hollywood sign is right down the street. And Falcon fans out here packing out a bar in a place they don't even know.
In LA.
And we did it in Seattle too. Cincinnati too. Miami too. We do it everywhere we go. Preseason, we don't do it, but regular season, where we at?
Regular season, we on the road.
The three biggest games for us this year with the Rise Up Tour is London, New York, and New Orleans. I'm telling you right now, London's going to be massive. I'm telling you right now, when you see the pictures and the videos, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is going to be one of the biggest parties I've ever seen. And I'm just trying to find out how we're going to get ready to do this. But we have some great people on the ground in London who know all the locations. They know all the link-up spots. They know everything. They're from London. They're Millwall fans. Tough for the soccer people. I mean, Millwall. Hope you guys don't watch this podcast. I got to throw Mike Jab back in there. I'm a big Man City guy. You know, it's tough to be in, Premier League. You know how it is. Division 1 type thing. But, and you're in first place. So shout out to Man City. But Falcons fans, we're lit. We're going on the road this year. The Rise Up Tour membership is out. $20 for the basic, $40 for the premium. And we want all fans to be a part of this so that way you guys can see how the Rise Up Tour is rocking. Chase, Bodie, Rise Up Tour is going down this year. You guys gonna be on the road with us?
Yes, sir. Be as many away games as I can be. Premium status.
Premium membership, dog.
Premium membership.
Detroit. It's so cold in the D. First up.
First away game is Detroit, so we'll have some information posted about that. I've also been talking with LaMarcus and Stevie Carrega about Arizona. I've been helping them with the ambassadors out there. So we have a lot going on, Falcons fans. So last comment of the night. D Sloan is in the chat. Shout out to D Sloan. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. D said, "What's going on, fellas? Are we really the Stallions? What kind of stuff is this?"
The Stallions in it.
Apparently, that girl was trying to make money on her Instagram too, selling the shirts and stuff. Right. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Hoodies, t-shirts.
Look, girl. This thing done blown out of your. This thing went above and beyond, baby girl.
I gotta
you lost now, baby girl. It's gone now.
It ain't ATL if it ain't a hustle.
Hey, I'm telling you what. Hey, they might be outside your house selling you the t-shirt. Like, ain't this you? Let me tell you something. D Sloan, when the Titans made that video, I was excited to see the Falcons schedule release, but then that Titans one was like, this is hilarious. Seeing these fans not know what these logos are for the NFL. Dude said for the Browns, oh, that's just another logo.
Hey, the lady, Lightning McQueen,
Lightning McQueen for the Chargers, and then the couple said, "Oh, that's the Atlanta, Florida the Atlanta, Florida Dolphins."
Right.
Oh my god.
The Colts were the Cowboys. The Colts were the Cowboys.
The Boston Bobcats for the Bengals.
Right. Oh, and what did she say about the Jaguars? She said
the
something
Jaguars
about
was Chester Cheeto, and actually does not exist.
Right.
That's for you Jaguars fans in the chat.
That was a good one. It was funny.
Coke, we've kept you longer than you should, but you're a diehard Falcon fan, so this is overtime. You ain't got to worry about no red eye flight, so you good.
Right.
You know, away games, Falcon fans, please book your red eyes late. Because if you have a flight scheduled for 8 o'clock and we go to overtime on the road, you're going to miss the flight. I'm telling you right now. Book your red eyes for like 10:30, 11. Don't do the 7:30, 8 o'clock flight thinking you finna get out at 4:30 and make it to that game. Be careful. But, Coach, where can we find you on social media? Falcon fans want to probably hear, they want to hear more from you. See your posts, what you got going on. I'm sure they're going to see you at the game. They're going to see the flag. They know what's going on. So, what's good, Coach?
Hey, man, on VCoke, at VCoke on Instagram, Vincent Coakley on Facebook. You know, those are two where you can find me. Or you can find me on Google at the Chateau. Live at the Chateau. But, man, I'm really excited to get on this road. I've been waiting on this schedule to drop. I'm ready to book my tickets, get some more pins, and talk some more trash at these games. Yeah.
Die hard Atlanta Falcon flag. Lisa Shepard wants to know, is Coakley selling those flags? Jesse, I know, sold me my flag. Where did you get that flag from, Coach?
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Jesse the flag man. We hope to find him again.
Jack, you were supposed to tell me about the flag, man, but you didn't.
It was so tough. No, I know where his house is because he keeps a giant flag outside his house.
He's on the Insta,
flag man. So I want to just go, but I don't have his contact info no more, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah, he's on the Instagram. You can catch him on there.
Jesse's still on the Instagram. I gotta holler at him. Tell him to get back because
Chase, you might have to tag me in that, Chase.
Jesse's good too. Like if you're going on the road Friday morning and you call him Thursday like 6 o'clock, like where you at? Like, bro, I'm on Memorial Drive. I need to meet you. He gonna say, meet me at the Walmart. I got like 5 flags on me. Bet I'm on the way.
Look,
bro,
and that's
what
happened.
One was Jesse. The other one that I had up here was Jesse. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, and that's what happened with me. I was actually I was in Houston, and I think I had some guys pick the flag up. He's like, hey, meet me on Tar Boulevard. So I had my guys go to Tar Boulevard, scooped it up. I found out who was flying to Houston the next day. I'm like, hey, deliver the flag to them because I know I'm gonna get it, and the rest is history. He made his grand debut in Houston.
That's where it is when it comes to Falcons fans. Falcons fans looking out for each other. Emmanuel McFarland is up in the chat. He said, "What's up, guys? Long time. He is back in the building."
Good, bro.
Appreciate
the view.
Falcons fans. Vince, you also have your podcast too that you're doing. You all over the place, man. Everything going down at the Chateau. I mean, you got the music, the house arrest thing going on.
Oh yeah.
I heard they detailing over there. I heard you got a firing range in the backyard. What going on over there, Coach?
Hey, we grilling over here. I got my grill under construction right now. My big boy grill. So stay tuned for that.
You are a grill master.
Oh yeah. We get it in the grill.
And you had a competition too as well for you being a grill master, right? It was on TV.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we love the grill over here at the Chateau. You come to the Chateau, you're gonna get some good eating at every party I do over here. And when it's done, ain't no leftovers at the Chateau on party night. Ain't no leftovers. All the pans be empty. Yeah, podcast. You know, I'm just playing around with it live at the Chateau. So I just get on and just talk and bring everybody on who want to talk. And we're just having a good time with it. I bought all this stuff for the kids, and they never really got into it with the game. And so I'm like, man, let me put this stuff together and see what I can do. And here we are.
Gonna do magic, man. I'm telling you, you're doing great right now, brother. So just keep bringing great content. Same thing we doing, man. Talk Falcons, talk whatever. We keep it strictly Falcons here. But I saw the other night you had the music on. The DJ was in there. Y'all was in there rocking out. I was like, okay, got the house music, man.
Oh yeah, House Arrest Volume 8. We had 8 DJs spinning none but house from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. 8 different sets. None but house music all night long. House music
Falcon
all
fans,
night long.
I'm telling y'all, this is why we bring on these type of guests to the show, because Falcon fans are diehard at day and they're diehard at night. But you can see Coke got so much going on. He still has to fit the Falcons into his schedule somewhere along the line, either home or away. And Coke, you know, when you're playing an away game, it ain't easy. You got to get the schedule here, time off here, make sure the kids is good here, money tucked away over here. You got to know how it is now. It just ain't about getting up and going to the Benz on MARTA. A little different. So when you're playing the 6-7 away games.
Oh, yeah, it played out good for me when I went to SoFi. Come on, my jobs flew me out there. So I had all expense paid trip to SoFi, rent a car, hotel, flight. So I was like, you know what? That little floor, that little ground seat looking real good right now.
Yeah.
You got
That
people
little
in the
extra
chat
money.
with your job, so they want to know how to get to LA for free too as well. They want to know what's going on out here.
Right.
Coke, we're glad to have you here on the podcast, man. You're always welcome to come back, and we'll definitely get you on before the season starts. You know how it's gonna go, brother. We got
Oh,
you, man.
yeah. Hey, guys, y'all know I support y'all. Chase, Bodie, Jack, again, appreciate for inviting your boy on.
Yes,
Great
sir.
time
Yes.
as always, talking football, talking Falcons. Y'all
Always
know we got the
appreciate you coming
love.
through. Always.
Already, dog.
This is big, Falcons fans. Coke, we'll see you later, man. I thank you for everything. Rise up, brother.
Rise
Appreciate
up,
you, bro.
baby. Yeah.
Falcons fans, Falcons fans, Falcons fans. This is what it's all about. Bodie, Chase, sorry to have my little rant about the Rise Up tour, but this is what it's all about.
Yeah,
We
man.
have diehard Atlanta Falcons fans. I think we're well over, 20, 30 special guests already?
We up there. We
So,
climbing.
yeah, we definitely there.
And this second half of the season, since we hit the 100th episode, I mean, Miles Garrett, the Falconator, Vincent Coakley, who knows who else is still to come up on the podcast? Ravage ATL is coming up on the podcast soon. We got my boy Damon Deuce, who's supposed to be popping up here on the podcast soon. We got to bring back Scott Karisic. We got to bring back Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant.
Falcon fans are asking us, are we doing the rookie reports?
Got to.
Maybe we might have to get somebody from University of Texas in here to talk to us about Bijan. We might have to bring somebody in here from University of Ohio State to talk about Zach.
Yeah.
Syracuse to talk about Matthew. So Falcon fans, get excited because you don't know what's going to happen here with One Time for the Fan, but you know we're going to bring a lot of content. We are on the ground June 2nd. Upcoming events, June 2nd. We are at the Benz for first look. We are at the Benz for the first look. After June 2nd, we have training camp where we will be. Bodie, that's a tough week for us. We go to Rolling Loud, come back, and then training camp is that week.
Yeah.
So I might have to be off like 2 weeks straight. You feel me? But Falcons fans, One Time for the Fan will be on the ground at training camp in Flowery Branch. You know how it is when it comes to OTAs. How they look out there? They look good in t-shirts and shorts. Everybody's catching the ball. You know how it is. We're going to be on the ground there because One Time for the Fan is diehard Falcons fans. We're going to bring as much content to you all. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, no matter how many days, we're going to have people set up out there at training camp to get footage, give us notes, whatever we need on the ground. And then, of course, when they have the practice at the Benz, we will be there too as well. And, of course, when they have the regular season, preseason, we'll get to that too as well. But Falcons fans, we have some great content coming up. We thank you all for being here. Of course, we went over to Mark tonight, but that's what happens when you have special guests. We'll be back on, let's see, probably next week Sunday. Chase. We're back next week Sunday talking Falcons football with everybody. Bodie, Chase, how's everything going tonight, man? We had a lit show.
Good. Everything's good, man. Good. A lot. Learned a lot. Definitely getting that premium membership for the Rise Up tour. So we on that.
Premium membership, of course. On your badge too, as well, you can put whatever. You can put Bodie 3000 on the badge. You can put whatever name you want on there because your actual name will be on the membership list. So you don't have to worry about that. Chase?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Vincent, man, coming through, giving us his little bit of knowledge and what he expects from this season and this team that we all love so much. Shout out everybody that tuned in and, you know, all the new subscribers, man. I've been flooding us here for past few weeks. We appreciate it. You know, if you have a sub, hit that sub wherever it's pointing at. I'm not sure what corner it's in, but hit that like, hit that share. We appreciate y'all. If you get the chance, check out my personal page. Hit the sub, hit the like. All love, much appreciated. Shout out y'all boys.
Falcon fans.
Shout out to Vince.
It's live, man. Shout out to Vincent Coakley. Shout out to all the special guests that we had here on the podcast. LaMarcus Boyd said he just got his Rise Up Tour membership, and he is part of the Arizona crew, right? He's part of the West Coast crew. So Falcon fans here in Atlanta, there's folks on the West Coast ordering a Rise Up Tour membership because he knows that he travels. He's going to Detroit. LaMarcus, you're booked for London, correct? I just want to make sure. LaMarcus, if you're listening, can you just give me a thumbs up, yes or no, that you are booked for London? We know you're booked for Detroit. If you can just throw a comment in there quickly, let us know if you are booked for London. He said yes. I'm guessing the R is an E. But he is booked for London. LaMarcus Boyd knows, as a diehard Falcons fan coming from Arizona, what we're trying to do with these chapters and putting this stuff together. Shout out to Texas Legend too as well. He's a Houston Texans fan, so he will be here in the Benz. They have the draft tonight. Oh, they said they drafted. All right, cool. Got a fantasy draft coming up. I think the Falcons are behind on the clock right now.
Yeah, he's gonna get your ass off, man. Yeah.
One time for the fan, LaMarcus Boyd said, "Yeah, we out there in London, so we will be lit out there." Chase, Bodie, everybody in the chat, rise up. We will see you back next week Sunday at 8 p.m. talking Falcons football. Rise up to all the subscribers. Rise up to all the friends and family in the chat. Happy Mother's Day to all. Go Braves, go Hawks, go Dogs, and rise up Falcons. Is that what we got?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. You know how we end the show until we get our outro.
Oh, here we go.
All right, boys.
Buddy with the camera killer. Yeah.
It's the acoustic cinematic.
Yeah.
Works every time.
One time.
Put the ones up. One time. The fan club. One time for the fan. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I don't know. Just Google us. Holla at y'all.
Get that premium.
Peace.